Yes, hello and welcome to another vlog from Banner Rider. Today we're testing out the Kawasaki Z125. It is a 125cc engine, one cylinder with 11 kilowatts or an equivalent of 14 horsepower. So that's very close to the limit of the A1 license. I wanted to say A1 license. In certain countries, like in Spain where I am, you can actually ride this bike with your regular car license. Yeah, so this is the 2022 model. The only thing which has changed is actually the colors. We have 3 new colors, new in quotes of course, because you know Kawasaki usually they don't change their colors very much. We have this color, we have a white, and we have a green one or black one. I don't know, since they all have a little green, I always get confused if this is the black one or the other one is the green one. Yeah, that's about it. Also for 2022 they updated it to the Euro 5 standard. Therefore we have a little box here on the side, which is fairly ugly, I think. This is this box which they added. I haven't seen it on any other Euro 5 compliant bikes, so they cannot really say, yo, we have to do it. It was just, I guess, the easiest and simplest method to do so. And yeah, unfortunately, nothing else has changed. We still don't have LED lights, headlights. We still don't have a decent display. This LC display is fairly old, I think, and they haven't changed it. We do not have the gear indicators, so only the looks are a little bit updated, and that's about it. I also think my impressions are that the engine is also different, maybe because of Euro 5, I'm not sure. Let's blame it all on Euro 5, because I just test rode the Zontes 125 125 it was called, and that for me it is a huge difference. The Zontes really felt agile and you know, with actually a lot of power, which of course you don't have as a 125, but it felt very lively. And this one, yeah, is totally different. It is quite the opposite, and I'm quite amazed because I thought Kawasaki 15 horsepower, you know, everything is there what you need, you know, but unfortunately I don't think it is, you know. Anyways, these are my thoughts about the Z125. Let's get to the controls and the display, and after that we'll do a little test ride. On the left hand side we have the clutch lever. Nothing is adjustable, neither the clutch lever nor the brake lever on the right hand side. We have a high beam and low beam switch right here. We have a hazard light. We have a passing light switch in the front. We have a turn signal, which is quite, you know, regular, nothing special. And we have a horn right here. On the right hand side, we have the throttle. We have the emergency start stop switch here. And we have the ignition switch. We have the brake lever, as I said already, also on this side, but these are not adjustable. Yeah, about the display, I'm sorry, but there's a little foil on it. I cannot remove it. I mean, I could, but you know, the dealer wants it to be there. So if you want to see it clearly, you should look and check out my other video, the Ninja 125, which I made maybe a year ago. I think you can see the display there clearer. And the display, basically, we have the RPM counter on the left hand side. We have the fuel capacity indicator on the right hand side. We have the trip odometer, a clock. Underneath there's also something which I cannot read. Or maybe it only says Kawasaki, I think, yeah. And on the side of the display we have the little indicator lights like for ABS, engine control and so on, and the blinker light also. It is only for both direction, one blinker light. Yeah. And that's about it. That's about everything about the display. So this is everything about the Z125 shortly explained to you. In the display, I'm sorry I forgot to show this to you. You can also switch around the trip and the odometer. I don't think there's anything else. Also in this sunlight, and it's very small. I cannot really see anything. So I'm sorry about that. So let's get on the road and I will show you how it rides and how it handles. So let's go. So we're back here with the Z125 and we'll take it out for a little spin. We will go back to the dealer now. So, the first thing that comes to mind when you sit on the new Z125 from 2022, I don't know if it is any different to the other models, to the older models. The seat is very hard. It is now 850 millimeters seat height. And apparently Kawasaki seems to bump it up every year, you know, a little bit higher, a little bit higher. Was the same with the Z900 as well. So this is the first impression. The other first impression, a not so good impression I have to say, is the mirrors. Usually I don't have anything to complain about mirrors. You always see yourself in the mirror on motorcycle mirrors, but in these ones you can see actually too much of yourself, and I don't really like it. Yeah, that's the other thing. They should have made these stems longer, that you actually get to see more of your what is in the rear. Yeah, so mirrors, and Also, the other thing which comes to mind or actually into view is the display, which is fairly outdated nowadays. It is a very old display. They've been using it for quite a few years already on the Ninja 125 and the Z125, and this should have been updated this year at least. You know, they should have updated also the LED. They should have updated the lighting to LED. We do not have any LEDs on it, and I don't think that is really cool nowadays, you know, for a model year 2022. It comes like it seems to be fairly outdated. These are my impressions. And also we have Euro 5 compliancy now. So we have a 6-gear gear shift here. Yeah, where was I actually? What was I talking about? That it is fairly outdated. They only changed the colors. They updated it to Euro 5. They should have put a little bit more engineering works into that and updated it to the latest standards. New display, gear indicator, LEDs, and maybe another engine, I don't know, because this engine feels totally different to the Zontes, which I just test rode. You can see the video here. The Zontes engine feels more lively. You can rev it easier. It is just more fun on the Zontes. I don't know why. The Zontes actually has a little bit more Newton meter, but only 1.5 or something. So this cannot really be it. But somehow I just felt that I had more fun on the Zontes than on this one. So anyways, my review of the Z125. I think the maximum speed, I cannot really test this here because we have always like hilly roads going up and down, so I cannot really show you the maximum speed, but I'm sure it will not be more than 110 on the display. I tried that when I came here, and that's what I didn't get much more than 110 on it. Let's see if we have another gear. So this should be the 6th gear now. Yeah, micro vibrations at higher speeds at 100 in the seat, but I think, you know, you have that on every one cylinder when you go up to higher speeds. That is quite natural. Yeah, other than that, the color scheme and everything looks really nice for this year, but as I said, there are so many disadvantages that it has. I think that it's not really worth it anymore in 2022. If you're a fan of Kawasaki, of course it will be, but you know, if you think that you pay about 3,500 euro for the Zontes, that's almost 1,500 euro less than this one, only because it's a Kawasaki. I don't know if that's really justified. Yeah, these are my impressions. I know you don't want to hear this because everybody only wants to hear good things in a review of the of your future bike that you're going to buy. But that's what I am. That's what my channel is for. I always say the truth unless the manufacturer tells me not to tell the truth. But nobody has ever done so. You know, I'm a very small channel, so nobody really cares about my channel, and I always want to say the truth. I want to compare it to other bikes which I've ridden, and if I were in the market for 125 here in Spain, for example, you can ride 125s without a motorcycle license. You can ride it with your standard car license. If I were in the market for a 125 motorcycle, maybe not a scooter, I'm pretty sure I would not get this one. Like the offering from Yamaha, for example, they look really, really nice. I think they also actually have LEDs nowadays. But this one doesn't, you know. It's kind of stuck in the 80s, I wanted to say, but okay, maybe that's a little bit exaggerated. But you know what I mean, right? Yeah, so these are my impressions. about this bike. Yeah, yeah, to be honest, I don't have very much positive things to say about this. I mean, you can ride it. You have a Kawasaki, it looks quite nice. Maybe it looks like a bigger bike, but as I said, yeah, there are other offerings out there which might be more appealing to you. So you need to check around, and Kawasaki need to get their act together actually for 2023 at least, you know. The shifting and everything works like a real Kawasaki, so there's no problem with that. It's just that the engine seems to be very yeah, it kind of feels like it's still asleep or something. And yeah, I'm really sorry, but this is what it is. And it is not one of these reviews, one of these test rides that I do that really say, bring a smile to my face. They, oh wow, I like to, you know. I was even tempted when I test rode the Zontas 125 to exchange that for my Z900, you know. That sounds crazy, I know, but I was really tempted. But for this one, no, definitely not. Anyways, yeah, that's about it. That's all I can say about the new Kawasaki Z125. Thanks very much for watching. This has been a ride out. Take care. Bye bye.